Some Indiana legislators say eliminating the business personal property tax could attract more companies to the state. They debated the issue earlier this year and passed a law allowing counties to do away with the tax if they wanted. Now, a study committee is debating whether lawmakers should consider further changes to the state's tax code. Barbara Harrington explains why that has mayors across the state worried.
Terre Haute police officer Drew Thornsborough gets into his car every morning, not knowing what to expect.
Lafayette 6th Avenue on a blue Dodge Grand Caravan.
On this day, his morning starts with a traffic stop, a driver heading the wrong direction down a one-way street.
No warrants at any other counties, no warrants at our county, so I'm just gonna kick him loose with a verbal warning. Not writing him tickets.
Thornsborough is just one of 133 officers in the department who go to work every day charged with keeping Terre Haute safe. But Mayor Duke Bennett says that number could change if lawmakers eventually decide to eliminate Indiana's business personal property tax.
It would mean we'd probably have to lay off somewhere between 100 and 140 people, and a lot of those would be policemen and firemen because we've already cut all the other areas. We're bare bones everywhere. We pretty much have minimum staffing in police and fire now of what we need to deliver services.
Bennett says doing away with the tax would result in a loss of about $4.5 million for the city, which already saw about 1/3 of its general fund income disappear because of property tax caps. The legislature passed a reform bill earlier this year that allows local governments to decide how they want to handle the issue, starting in 2015. Under the measure, city leaders can exempt new equipment from the business personal property tax, eliminate the tax on small businesses, or abate the tax on specific projects for up to 20 years.
What they ended up with was something that we can live with at this point, that it's a county by county option, even though we believe there's some other negatives to that down the road. But right now, that's better than a total elimination of the tax.
Bennett is worried the current law could pit counties against each other, or that the legislature will still do away with the tax down the road. If that happens, mayors across the state say the money must come from somewhere else.
I think if you listen to the economists and you listen to the business experts, it may put us at a bit of a competitive disadvantage to have this tax in place. That being said, we're most concerned about the revenue that is provided to local governments. It just has to be replaced.
A study committee is tasked with examining the complicated tax code and its impact on local governments. They met for the first time this week and listened to testimony about how Indiana compares to other states. According to a Council on State Taxation study, Indiana's tax burden on businesses is the lowest in the region.
We're in good shape, but as you subdivide into different categories, you can say our business tax climate is good. But business comprises a lot of things, everything from the small mom and pop shop on the corner to some of our largest employers. Each of them has a different property mix, has a different tax burden. And so while overall we rank very well, there may be some subsectors that have issues that need to be looked at.
Study Committee Chairman Senator Brant Hirschman sponsored the bill that gives local governments the option to eliminate the business personal property tax. He says it makes Indiana more competitive when it comes to attracting new businesses, and he'd like to see the measure expanded during the upcoming legislative session.
We put the delayed start date into the law specifically with the idea that if we wanted to make improvements, we could. And I could see some modest improvements. For instance, I still am a very strong proponent of the exemption for small businesses. It costs very little. The cost of compliance is very high.
But Senate Appropriations Chair Luke Kenley wants the commission to examine the whole tax system, not just its impact on businesses. He says legislators should wait to see if the local option works before considering more drastic reforms.
I think it's a struggle for us to just cut taxes without considering, for example, on the spending side, are there programs that you need to eliminate? And this is a constant pressure point for all states.
Back in Terre Haute, Mayor Duke Bennett is in the middle of budget season. He knows he'll have revenue from the business personal property tax to help fund city services this year. But whether that will be the case in the future remains unclear.
We got rid of the inventory tax, we've lowered corporate tax rates, there's property tax caps are in place. Have we got the payback and the return on giving those taxes up so far? You know, some people say, yeah, I think we have, but how do you prove that? How do you show that? And so before we go eliminate another huge one, let's make sure that we're not, you know, that's going to really deliver those jobs and those businesses come in Indiana.
Bennett is part of the commission tasked with answering some of those questions. They'll meet 2 more times before delivering their recommendations. The legislature could take the issue up next year. Reporting in Terre Haute for Indiana News Desk, I'm Barbara Harrington.